There's a lot of big muscles in this movie. So in Greece, back in the olden times, there were a bunch of gods on Mount Olympus, and the boss god is named Zeus, and his wife is named Hera. They have a kid named Hercules, a bouncing baby boy who's next in line for the boss god title, and everyone's happy to meet him. But meanwhile, Zeus's brother Hades is really jealous. He's this pale, ugly guy with blue fire hair who dresses like a goth. He's lord of the underworld, and I think he's a bit jealous of Zeus and wishes he got the mountain spot instead. I personally don't get it, since getting up and down the mountain would be a huge pain in the butt, but to each his own, I guess. Hades also learns from these three freaky witches called the Fates that in 18 years the planets will all get in a straight line, and that can let him free these monsters called the Titans and take over Olympus, but only if Hercules does not get in the way. So of course Hades tries to have Hercules assassinated, but he uses these two chuckleheads called Pain and Panic. Pain is the stout guy and Panic is the skinny guy. There's always a stout guy and a skinny guy in these movies. Hades gives them an evil potion to make Hercules lose his god powers so they can kill him. Pain and Panic kidnap baby Hercules and give him most of the potion, but they get interrupted by a nice farmer and his wife, so they forget to give the kid the last drop, and baby Hercules flops Pain and Panic around the ragdolls. Pain and Panic know they didn't finish the job, but they don't tell Hades, hoping the problem goes away, which never works, of course. Then we see Hercules as a teenager. He's a nice guy, but he's kind of awkward and he doesn't know his own strength. Other people in the neighborhood are nervous because Hercules is clumsy and super strong, which is a tough combo to be fair, and they call him Jercules, which is a dumb name that only bullies could come up with. Hercules tries to catch a stray frisbee and accidentally destroys the whole town, so people tell him to go away. Then the nice farmer couple that raised him say that his real dad is Zeus. So Hercules goes to the Zeus temple and meets his real dad, who says Hercules needs to go learn how to be a true hero, so he should go train with this little goat dude named Phil. I can relate to Hercules a lot, honestly. I'm Sir Dinosaur from Planet X, and on Planet X, it's normal to be a dinosaur, but here on Earth, a lot of times I wave to people and say hi, and they say, "Ah!" and run away. But I put some music videos on YouTube and also some movie reviews, and people realize I'm not so different from them. So Hercules maybe just has to do something special, and then people in Greece will hopefully accept him. So Hercules meets Phil, and Phil is this salty short guy who's always either creeping on girls or moaning and groaning about how the guys he trained in the past were all failures. Hey Phil, maybe you should be a better coach. Hercules convinces Phil in a fun song that maybe he's got what it takes, so Phil decides to train him. Once they finish training, Phil says, "Cool, it's time to go to Thebes and see if the training pays off." On the way, Hercules finds a monster centaur guy and saves his lady named Meg, and Hercules starts acting like some of my friends on Planet X did when they saw lady dinosaurs. They start to act weird and try really hard to be cool and charming, and the lady dinosaurs would be like, "Huh? This poor dinosaur is being weird." But it turns out Meg is Hades' slave, since she sold her soul in the past for her now ex-boyfriend, who ended up leaving her for another woman. What a jerk. Meg mentions that Hercules saves her, and Hades gets really mad at Pain and Panic. It's kind of funny. In Thebes, Hercules tries to go around saying he's a hero, but they're all like, "Yeah, nobody cares." Hades has Pain and Panic pretend to be little kids getting in trouble so Hercules could be led into a trap. Hercules falls for it and finds himself fighting a monster called the Hydra. Hercules tries to chop off its head, but every time he chops off a head, it grows 3 heads out of the stump. It's super violent. Hercules has some trouble at first, but ultimately he kills the Hydra and the people like him. Then they have this fun song where Hades keeps sending monsters after Hercules, and Hercules kicks their butts and becomes famous and popular, and Hades gets super mad. Hercules tries to go back to Zeus and go up to Olympus, but Zeus says he's not a true hero yet. Hercules later goes out with Meg, and they fall in love after one date, which is not very realistic. "Hey Meg, what's Hercules' middle name?" "Hey Hercules, what's Meg's favorite color?" "Oh, you don't know? Then I don't think you're ready for the next part." Anyway, Hades realizes he can manipulate Hercules now, so he does just that. He tells Hercules if he surrenders his god powers, then he'll give Meg her freedom. Hercules says, "Okay, fine," but only if Meg is unharmed. Hercules is sad, of course, since he thinks he got played by his lady love. Well, she's not your lady love, bud. You only went on one date. While Hercules gets nerfed, Hades breaks the Titans out of monster jail and marches them towards Mount Olympus and wages war on the gods. He takes over the place and subdues the gods surprisingly quickly. I was thinking if the gods get out of this, they might want to think about having someone else be in charge instead of Zeus, since Zeus had no plan for what happens if the gods get attacked by a powerful force. Hercules frees the gods, but Meg is accidentally hurt and killed. So Hercules goes to the underworld to get her soul back, and he even jumps in after her, even though that should kill him. That was a selfless thing to do, so Hercules becomes a true hero and gets his god status back. So he gets Meg back to life, punches Hades' face in, goes back home, and then says, nah, just kidding, I want to hang out with my girl back on Earth. Hercules is a cool movie that is fun and shows a hero learning how to be selfless and all, but it's really violent sometimes and shows a guy giving up his family because of a girl he went out with one time, so in the end I gotta say this movie is not for kids.